So welcome everybody. This is the April 20th Turbochargers meeting, and it's our Q&A for specializing with LinkedIn. And you can ask me questions about any social media platform. And if I don't know the answer, I know where to go and find an answer for you. So, Emmanuel, you were just stating that your biggest challenge is actually putting together um, posts.
No, not putting together. I don't have so much problem with that.
Okay.
But the delivery itself,
The delivery.
uh, appearing on the camera and doing what you ought to do, that's where that's why I'm having the challenge.
Oh, do you know what? I think we all go through that. Because when I first started, I look back at some of my old videos that I did, and I go, oh my gosh, that was me. But I'm a senior, as you know, and a lot of seniors tend to talk really slow, and you lose interest because they're talking so slow. Imagine listening to this LinkedIn and me talking like this, right? You're ready to hang up, aren't you? Like it's
That's
getting
true.
on your nerves. So
That
you
is
have
true.
to push yourself a little bit. And I push myself all the time. And I don't I can write out a script. I can get Chat GPT to write out a script and I read through it about 5 to 10 times. I read through the script. So I've got everything in my mind. And then I put the script aside and the hook is memorized. And then I can put all the video together and everything I'm going to say pretty smoothly. And it's taken practice doing this because I've been in this program now just over 2 years. And people tell me all the time that they give me compliments all the time on how I'm delivering my material. And that's my process. It just takes work. And I have to push myself because my tendency is to have too many pauses. And you're not my age. You got a long ways to go for that. But people tend to be really slow in their delivery. Is that where you're having the biggest challenge? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so it really helps. And I don't make a script for myself very often anymore. Now, all I do for my scripts is I have three things, and I ask ChatGPT to create me a hook, a body, and a CTA. So this is just one example. The hook is I cried myself to sleep over money, dot, dot, dot. Then the body is dot, dot, dot until I realized I wasn't the problem. And then the CTA is I'm going live, come see what changed. And so because I know so much more now after doing this for over 2 years, I can fill in a little bit of information on each one of those areas, the hook, the body, and the CTA. So when I actually do it and record it, I use TikTok to record. And did I show you how to record without the watermark on TikTok? I think I did. I'll do it again here to make sure. And the thing that's great about doing it with TikTok is you can delete it and start again. So,
Emmanuel, did you want to put your TikTok link in the chat as well so we can jump on and follow you? Sorry, Christine.
oh, sure, Emmanuel. That would be a good idea. Thank you for jumping in.
Sorry, what did she say?
What is your TikTok link?
Oh, okay.
Put it into the
Hmm.
chat. Put your TikTok link in the chat and then we'll all follow you. And then I can give you some solid pointers because I haven't seen any of your videos, so I don't know exactly what's happening there.
I think I can see him on the on TikTok, but I'm not sure if I've got the
Mhm.
right person. So
So I've always got a video that's sitting in creation mode, and and then you just click the next button at the bottom left. And at the bottom right, I should say, of your screen, you click the next button. When you go to your profile on TikTok, click the next button. And then down at the bottom, towards the bottom, there's a place that says more options. I'll hold it
Yeah,
there for a sec. So it's right up here by my finger. It says more options. And you click
yeah.
on that, and another window pops up.
Um, hey, I think I know how to navigate to in case I want to do live.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm just going to show you. It says save
Yeah,
save video with watermark in there, and
yeah.
I've got it turned off. So you do not save it with the watermark, and then you
Okay.
just record your video. And I have my settings when I'm recording my videos. I have my settings set at 60 seconds so that all my videos are no longer than 1 minute. So they're a minute or less. People want short, they don't want long videos. When I first started, I was setting the 10-minute button. And I wondered why people weren't watching my videos. It's because they were too long. So am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you have another question? Sorry if I jumped in there. Emmanuel?
He's busy.
Yeah, he's sharing his link. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay, we got it.
I just followed him. So
Yeah, awesome, awesome.
I think I already follow you, Stephanie. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, there's Kim. Uh, let's see. What would you like to watch on TikTok? Hmm. I'm trying to log into my TikTok with that link, and I'm not having very much luck here. So I'm going to try
Help
it
you.
here.
I'd help you if it was YouTube.
Isn't it interesting how we have so many different choices? I love it.
Mhm.
Donna, did you see my link?
Yeah, I just followed you as well,
Uh,
Emmanuel. Yeah.
okay.
So I have to do it a little bit different way. It's not letting me, I have to completely log in from scratch.
It's
I
been
know
going for a
some
while
reason.
now.
Yeah, TikTok's been every time I go to TikTok each day, it's asking me to re-log in all the time for some reason. I don't know
Ah,
why. It used to.
well, I'm going to just go in and copy the link and save it. And then I'll take time to do all the logging in stuff after, because I don't
And
want
it's
to take too much time away from by doing that.
Your cookies, your cookies are not sweet enough.
Oh, we gotcha. I finally gotcha. We are following each other. I see we're friends on here. Cool.
That's a
Yep.
good start.
Yeah, Stephanie, did you have some questions for me today? Make sure you're muted.
Hey,
Unmuted, I should say.
yeah. Hey, Christine. Okay, I think I told you about um why I'm interested in LinkedIn. And so let me just kind of recap because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Um, it has been a while. I was in the hospital for 4 days in September
Oh,
and I was septic, so I took some time off kind of recovering and So here's we have my husband and I, my backstory is my husband and I have an insurance agency that we're in the state of Georgia in the US. And so most of our business is in Georgia. However, when COVID hit, it like when people were losing businesses, especially like we had a lot of dry cleaners, people weren't getting their clothes dry cleaned. I mean, people were losing their businesses. So we lost their business because we insure small business owners for their general liability and workers' comp. And so why I'm wanting to use LinkedIn is to give us another way to reach customers because we don't have to be just in Georgia. We some of our carriers that we have are in really any state in the U.S. So we could reach a larger audience. So I'm still doing legacy, but I would like to use LinkedIn and maybe even in some other social media platforms to reach people that are small business owners, reach people that, maybe have restaurants and doctor's offices and stuff like that, where we can use our LinkedIn to reach them to get. So I'm wanting to reach people to maybe, they might want to have legacy to reach more customers for them, but to also so they might want to get legacy from me, but then also that we can reach some customers for our insurance agency. Sorry, that's my son in the background.
That's
he's
okay.
he's a little one, so
So,
so
so here's what a lot of realtors are doing.
okay.
They're buying the legacy program, whatever level. Most of them are coming in at the launch pad level, but that it gives them an option to have another stream of income. And they're getting other realtors signed up with the legacy program through the launch pad because, and I used to sell real estate, so I really understand how it works with them. Real estate offices have their own email platform, and they give you a special personal link so you can set up your own email system on their email platform. And then something happens, move to another city. You cannot lift your email list off the company email platform and put it into another email platform. It just won't work. You can't.
You don't own it, in other
You're
words.
stuck. And so this is what happened to me. I was with Block Brothers. I moved to another city and there was no Block Brothers there, so I had to join a different office. It happened to be Century 21. So I joined Century 21. Could you mute while I'm talking? And then because I could hear talking going on in the background. Yeah, thank you. So then I couldn't move my email list to the Century 21 platform, and I lost all those emails that I'd built over the years, right? So their big need, realtors' big need, is to be able to have access to their own email platform. And System.io is awesome because if they have a platform where they can lift the emails, they can do that onto System.io. But if they're in most real estate office platforms, they can't lift those email lists and they lose all their contacts. So if they know about this in time before they leave, they can send an email out to those email lists that are on the real estate platforms and invite them to join the newsletter on your new platform so that you can at least transfer a good number of your emails over. So I'm just telling you this because there are businesses that really need to have access to our email program. So what you're saying is exactly what I've been teaching people for a long time. They need to have, I don't care what kind of business you have today, You can have a restaurant, you can have a swimming pool business, you can have bricks and mortar of any kind or digital online business. You need an email list. If you don't have an email list, you don't have a business anymore.
Christine,
Yes?
it also depends on the situation because you have real estates that may be captive or non-captive. You may have insurance agents that are captive or non-captive. So sometimes it's sensitive on the list. It depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I sharing this with you? I never said that I would never get back in the financial industry, but now I'm currently helping a friend actually. He's putting together an agency right now, and I'm lining him up with my former mentors because he's never had a good experience in insurance. And that's where I built most of my wealth for 15 years. So here's the situation. Okay. You got to understand. Number one is you got to decide which destination you want to drive your traffic with, right? So there's two ways you can skin this cat, and hopefully I don't offend anybody with a cat. Okay, so so, but anyways, you can approach it on the insurance side, but if your customers are businesses, right? What is the number one weakness in most businesses? What do you think? It's marketing, right? Marketing, right?
Marketing. Yeah, marketing.
So if you understand legacy properly, and the reason I say this is how I treat legacy. I treat legacy as a skill and a framework that is service blind, industry blind, product blind. Why? I've currently applied the same strategy, okay, for 25 products and services in 5 different industries in our community, right? So we know the framework works. But the question is you have to decide where do you want to drive your traffic? Do you want to approach them on a marketing weakness standpoint or do you want to approach them on an insurance standpoint? But then also it depends what kind of insurance are you selling, right? Because the approach would be different if you're selling health insurance or if you're selling life insurance or property or casualty. All 3 scenarios are completely a different animal.
Mm-hmm.
Number
But
one, they all play out different.
may I
So,
interrupt here a little bit?
yeah.
I'm trying to keep it really simple here so that I don't complicate it for Stephanie. Are you following this, Stephanie?
Yes. Yes. It's just I'm like I understand what Kim's trying to say,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to figure out, okay, do I want to run this where I kind of want to have both. I kind of want to just be able to,
What's your flagship product for insurance?
we do commercial. So
Commercial.
small, yeah, we do. I mean, we do all of it, but our driving force, the majority of our business is small business owners.
So you focus more on the liability side.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you
So,
focus on the liability side, right,
mhm.
is depends on how you approach them, right? What are
Right.
you currently doing for marketing to approach them?
Well, we really haven't done any marketing in a long time. We've really been, because we lost a lot of employees around COVID. We have mostly been servicing the clients we already have. And then as far as getting new clients, we have just been, because this was a business that my husband got purchased from another friend of
Okay.
his.
So you bought
And
a book of business. That's what you
yeah,
bought. Okay.
right. And we're an independent insurance agency. So we're not
Okay.
capped to anyone.
Okay.
Our
Okay.
email list, we have our own agency management system.
What do
So
you use? What do you use for management system for your emails right now?
Matrix is the company that we have right now.
Is it
But
integratable?
what,
Since you're already using it, is it integratable?
Stephen? Agency matrix. Sorry. He was
Okay.
telling me, correct me.
If your husband could find out if they have an API code, you could possibly connect it to System IO. System IO will integrate with other systems. Okay.
Okay.
You just got to use Zapier. You may want to write it down. Zapier will connect any other systems to System IO. Okay?
Sapien?
Zapier,
Zapier. Zapier.
Z-A-P, Z-A-P-I-E-R.
Okay, hold on.
I love the way Canadians say Z. It's the accent.
Tell me the spelling one more
It's
time
all
because I
of you
just got
guys
a pen.
over
Kim, why
there.
not you put it in the chat?
It's Z
Oh,
A
I'm
P
writing it in here.
I E R.
Got it.
I got
Okay.
Okay.
it.
And you
And
just go
that
.com and you'll find it. You go .com, you find it. Okay.
So here's the thing, and I've worked with multiple different email platforms, okay? I know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about here a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
And most of them have a way to lift your entire list and transfer it over to another email platform.
Okay.
But if it doesn't work, you can use Zapier then. You connect it up with Zapier. And
What you're
if
talking
you
about
don't
is a
know how to,
CSV file. It's a CSV
yeah,
file.
CSV file. But I have had no problem when if it's an accredited email platform, most of them I've had no problem transferring email lists over. And
Okay.
and I don't know what more I can say on that. But I'm trying to keep it really simple here. But because I don't know the insurance industry itself, I'm thankful that Kim, you were able to pop in and
Yeah.
clarify a few things there.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to continue on TikTok with promoting legacy, and like I'm just trying to figure out how to divide my time and
I would have two
promoting
separate channels. I would have two separate channels.
two
One,
separate
For
channels.
TikTok,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
One to
I would
promote your
agree.
insurance and one to promote legacy. You don't want to mix message your message with your ideal customer. Okay.
Right.
And the way you connect the dot is through your automation. Your automation is what connects the dots between your insurance and your legacy.
Okay. But okay, so I got so many questions, and I'm probably going to have a lot of questions as I'm going through this journey because my husband, I mean, one of the good things about what we do is that my husband speaks Spanish,
Mhm.
Okay.
and like to I would like to use LinkedIn to promote our business and promote legacy. Like, but I know that you can only have one account with LinkedIn.
Yeah, you can each, and you and your husband each need to decide who's going to have the account. Because where the headshot goes is the headshot of one person. And I see so many couples setting up a LinkedIn platform and they put a picture of the two of them there. And that is totally against the rules of LinkedIn because
Mm,
that profile on LinkedIn is a personal profile. And it's like it's got your work experience and your education, and that's for one person. It's not for two people. And so it confuses people if you've got a picture of two people up there and then you've got somebody's information. They want to know it takes them a while to figure out whether it's the husband or the wife, right? So you
right.
have
Learn
to
something
decide
new,
who's going to
Christine.
have you have to decide who's going to be the one, right? And
Okay. So
or
maybe
else set up two
need to
separate
each
profiles.
have. Okay. So because I think I had this question before, like, is there a way to do it where, like, if I'm going to be the face of on LinkedIn, can I promote both? Promote our insurance agency or is that going to confuse people?
Okay, so on LinkedIn, the main part of LinkedIn is you set up your profile page, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get that, and you have a headline in there on your profile page, right below your name. There's a headline where you have up to 220 characters available to you to use, right?
Okay.
And that headline, you can put it into
Maybe share
ChatGPT.
your screen, Christine, and show her so that way she could see
Yeah,
exactly
okay.
where you're talking
Yeah.
about on LinkedIn.
I'm forgetting to share my screen here.
Sorry, Stephanie, but Christine and I work well together because we usually
No,
point out the things that we miss.
yeah, this is very helpful.
Okay, so I'm opening up LinkedIn here.
Okay.
Can you see my LinkedIn page?
No. Now.
Should
Yes.
now? Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's see, where were we? Profile. Okay, I'm going to go into your profile. So you click now when
Mhm.
have you got a profile set up now?
I have an old one,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like not sure if I should just use that one and update
Yes,
it.
you
I
have
don't
to
even
use that one. You
just use
have to
that
use
one.
that one. Now, what email did you use to set up that profile? Is it your own personal email or is it one from the
Probably.
company?
No, I think it's because I'm getting notices on my personal emails from
Okay.
LinkedIn.
Okay,
It's from
that's great. Awesome. And before we move on to the next part, regarding your emails, you can go into the back office here. You click your little picture and
mm-hmm,
into what I call the back office, where the settings and privacy are.
mm-hmm.
And there's a place in there where you can add and delete emails. It's easy to find. It's fairly
Okay.
close to the top of the page when you get in there.
Uh-huh.
So you go into settings and privacy. And so if you've got an email that's set as your primary email and it's ABCDEFG, great. But you need to have another email in there that in case something happens to the primary email, you've got another backup email in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be one
Right.
that you use regularly as well, so you don't lose it. And they have to be your own. I have so many people who come crying to me because they can't access their LinkedIn because they set it up with a company email that was given to them when they were working at a job somewhere, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So just make sure that you have at least two emails in there so you have a backup. But this
Gotcha.
is what I'm talking about. This is your headline.
Mhm.
And I put this into Chat GPT. I put together the kinds of things that I wanted to have talked about in my headline, and I tell Chat GPT there's 220 characters available. And so I help women 50 plus make money online by turning LinkedIn connections into income using lead generation, school communities, and automated systems, all in just 2 hours a day. And then I asked Chat GPT to give me some hashtags, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's how you can bring your business into your profile.
Okay.
Okay. And then the whole idea is to stop the scroll. So your background banner, like what I've got up here,
Mhm.
has to stop the scroll. You've got 1.8 seconds to stop the scroll
Mhm.
on LinkedIn. 1.8 seconds. People are really fussy.
Mhm.
So that has to tell them right away. You can see right away in 1.8 seconds exactly what my profile is all about, what I can do to help people. And I see so many people in this headline list all the things that they're good at. They've got a grade 10 in voice or a bachelor's or a master's or a doctorate. The people that are looking at the profile could care less
Mhm.
because they're looking at it with the idea of what's in it for me. What are they going to do to help me, right? That's why I write the way I do with my LinkedIn. And then so you want to get them to your headline so that they'll stay long enough to want to go down to look at more of your profile. The next thing they're going to check is they're going to check the about page.
Mhm.
And the about page is another place where LinkedIn tells people to list all your expertise. That's not the right way to do it because people are going to read your they don't mind learning a few things of your expertise, but they want to know what's in it for me, right? If your paycheck disappears faster than your peace of mind, you're not alone. If you've ever wondered what happens if I lose my job, I understand that feeling more than most. And if you're 50 plus and feel like you've worked your whole life but still aren't ahead, this message is for you. This is hitting them in the heart. So you need to think about that with your businesses. How are you going to hit your people in the heart? What is their biggest pain? What is their biggest worry? And how can you help them with that without getting salesy, right? And that's what we learn from Michelle all the time, is how to not be salesy in what we're doing. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it gives you an option of up to 2,600 characters you can use here. And at the very bottom of your about page, and it's also you include the characters here. You list all your skills. So I've listed my specialties: podcasting, social media strategist, author, business consultant, mentor. That's not for people to read. That's keywords for the search engines. The people don't realize how powerful the search engines are on LinkedIn. They're one of the most powerful platforms out there. And so you want to, whenever you're writing descriptions or anything, you want to try and use keywords with everything that you do on LinkedIn. So if you're writing a description of something that you did in work experience, in that description, you can ask ChatGPT to include certain keywords in the description itself, so that you're not seeing something like this. The only reason you put this at the bottom of your about page is because nobody's going to read it. It's for the search engines, right? I'm going to just click save here. And then there's another section where you want to list all your skills, and you want to list. So these are some articles, newsletters. So one's an article, one's a newsletter, one's a post that I had made. I had ChatGPT make these for LinkedIn. So they can save, ChatGPT has saved me so much time. I'm trying to learn this new one. What's that new one called? Uncle or something.
Claude, Claude.
Claude, yeah. I knew it was something that's going to remind me of a guy. Anyway, so then I've got posts that I've done, and my experience is listed here. You only want to list 3 to 5 of your experience. I think I've got 5 in here. And your education and your licenses and certifications, projects that you've worked on. So I've got a series of courses that I've put together for LinkedIn. So I've got LinkedIn 101, 202, 303, and volunteering experiences. So if you guys support, if your business supports a volunteer organization, like a volunteering organization that I support here in Edmonton is the Seniors Friendship Center. They have 15% of seniors in Edmonton here, where temperatures get below -40 in the wintertime. 15% of people over 55 in Edmonton are homeless. So that's my big burn, is to help the homeless people. So I'll do little volunteer things to help them out whenever I can. So it's really good to think of something, some kind of a charity that you guys want to support in some way. And then list all your skills. You can have up to 100 skills listed in here now. It used to be only 50, but you can put in way more than that. And then you write recommendations for people. Now, when you are having coffee chats on Zooms with individuals that are key people, maybe it would be people who are in a leadership position of one of the companies that you sell their insurance. You might want to do an interview with them and have a virtual coffee, and then you write them a recommendation afterwards. And what will happen is when you write them a recommendation, they'll get that recommendation and they'll go, oh, most of them will want to write one back. I have never asked for a recommendation. LinkedIn teaches people to ask for a recommendation. And to me, it makes you seem like you're in a subservient position when you go around begging people for a recommendation. So I always teach my people to make the first move, be proactive, because it'll make people, endear people to you. So Donna's on the call today. I wrote her a recommendation. And I think I did for Kim as well. And so these are some publications that I've been in. And I'm just showing you this because these are sections that you can add into your profile. So if you've been featured, your company's been featured in a newspaper or a magazine somewhere, you can use it for this. So if there are courses that you teach, there's courses that you've taught. And I had there's a section where you can list your honors and awards. You can talk about different languages if you speak different languages. And I heard you say your husband speaks Spanish. Well, on LinkedIn, there are 3,300 now Spanish groups. Yeah. And I post in there every week in the Spanish groups, but I don't speak Spanish. I use Google Translate. I've been using it for many years. And what I'll do is I'll put the English post that I had ChatGPT write for me, and I'll paste it into the English side of Google Translate. And then I'll ask it to rewrite it in Spanish. And so I'll copy both of them. Let's see if I can show you how that works a little bit. I don't want to confuse you too much, but you can set up free groups on LinkedIn. So the whole idea is to have your profile set up so you look really professional, and then you can set up your own groups. I've got 3 groups that I run in LinkedIn. And you can invite people who are your key customers in the insurance industry into special groups. So you can have different groups for different things, right? So
Okay.
here's some Spanish groups here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 that I'm in here. So I'll go into one. And you want to join the groups that have 3,000 or more members. And the reason for it is you're really in those groups to mine the groups, right?
Christine,
Yes.
on the hashtag, when you put like stay at home mom, do you write it all one word or do you put the spaces?
Oh, all one word.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put caps on the different words, but keep them together as though it's one word. So this is a European leadership official group. So you're going to have people speaking different languages here. And I want to just show you something. Wonder if they've got it set up here. A lot of them start off with English. Now let's just choose a different group here. Let's go work from home jobs in Spain. So here's my post that I put out on Friday. So if I click on this more button, so it's the first part of the post is in English. See, there's the Spanish. I just put 3 dots in between, 3 dashes, and then they've got everything in Spanish. So they've got both languages accessible. And there's another thing. What LinkedIn will put in is they'll put this little caption that says show translation. So if I start with Spanish at the top, then I click show translation and I can put show original, or I have to go in and I can set up the translation settings, language settings. LinkedIn is really versatile. There's so much you can do with it now, right? So I've got my post set up already in Spanish and English, so I really don't need to add any languages in here. I could change this to Spanish if I want. There's English. Oh, they don't have Spanish listed on here. Oh, that's because I've already got one up there. So I could add other languages. It's really versatile, LinkedIn is. So let's go back here. So I don't want to get too detailed, but it gives you some ideas here on how and what you can do with LinkedIn to be able to shape it toward your business. You can have lots of groups in here. There's no limit to the number of groups you have. So if you go to the top of here where you have the 9 dots, go into the 9 dots, click groups. And there's your groups listed, and then there's requested. I've still got a bunch of Spanish groups that I've requested entrance into. They haven't accepted me yet. But then there's this create a group. So you can click this button and go in and create a group of your own. And always remember to always put a background banner in there. I create my background banners in Canva, and you can do it for free in Canva. You just go ask for a background banner for LinkedIn, and they have them the right size, and you can just go in and make a few changes of the words and change the pictures in there if you want. Have you used Canva?
I haven't for this, but I have used it for
Okay.
other things. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll give you some ideas and steps to follow while you're filling out your group. And here's the thing. This is something that people don't realize. If you're going to have a group on LinkedIn, oops, go to a different group. You're going to have your own group. I'll go down to one of mine. So here's my 3 groups. I've got them all with the same color headings for their titles so that I can find them easily. So this one, the Seattle one, is one that I'm building for my oldest son. It doesn't have 3,000 members in it yet. But these other 2 are mine, and they have over 3,000 members. So the marketing enthusiasts, if I go in and put a post in here, then I can pin that post. So this is the latest post that I did. You can pin it when it's your own group. And what the pinning does is it lets everybody in your group know that they need to pay attention to this, and it keeps your post in front of everybody. And then after I don't know if I can do it on this now because I think I've already used it. There will be a selection in here if you click on somebody else's post, so somebody else can come into your group and post, say one of your insurance companies that you work with or one of your providers, it'll say in here, recommend this post. And when you click that, it will send that post out to everybody that's in your group. So there's such a variety of things that you can be doing to build your company using LinkedIn. I have so many things that I like to do with LinkedIn. Well, pretty much everybody who's bought a legacy program from me has come from LinkedIn. So here's what the routine is, usually what happens with me anyway. Because I've got over 20,000 followers and connections, I've got lots of inventory to work with. When I first published my newsletter, which was just a few months ago, I had LinkedIn send that first newsletter out to all 20,000 members that I was connected to. So it went to a huge email list, right? And now when that happened, the invitation was sent to each one of those people to follow my newsletter. So I'm going to go into the newsletters here. I'm going to go into settings and privacy. No, I'm going to go back. Uh, oh, something I need to touch on right away too. And there's tons of videos in the community, Thrivability for Seniors. I've got tons of videos in there, and you can go through, they're all free. And they're the section that they're in, I'll just quickly pop in here. We're running out of time. But what we should really do is schedule a time to get together, just you and I, and work through your own profile. But if I go into my community here and into my classroom, and you go to this first one is start here, but I've got all kinds of, there's an appointment link where you can book an appointment. This is where you can go get started with the legacy program. This is to join one of my LinkedIn live events. This is my ebook that I've written. And then here's my course 101, 202, 303 in LinkedIn Freedom Mentorship. So I've got all kinds of courses in here, programs that some of them are replays from workshops that I've done as well. Let's go to the first one here. So we click on the first one. Now just watch this. Look at all the videos that I've done. I've got a ton of videos, and because you came in on the free, you can have free access to these videos that have been recorded. And you can get a lot of training here. So you just look for the topic that you think you'd be looking for. LinkedIn thumbnails versus articles. What really happened? Why positioning and scheduling on LinkedIn? How to enhance newsletters. So these
Question.
Monday after,
Sometimes,
pardon me?
yeah, I get confused the exact difference between the article and the newsletter.
Okay, an article is longer than a newsletter, quite a bit longer and more detailed. It's
So
kind of like an ebook.
from your page now, how do you create an article and as compared to a
Okay,
newsletter?
okay, I'll show you. I'm going to go back into LinkedIn here. So let's go to my homepage, and we'll go to my little headshot here. So I'm going to go to posts and activity. And you click on the more button here with the drop down arrow. So there's articles and newsletters here that you can choose, and there's events. So let's click on the articles. So these are articles that I have done. I haven't written any articles ever since I think maybe I've written one article since they launched the newsletter idea, because the newsletters are so effective.
No, I mean when you want to create one, because these are the ones that you've already created.
Yeah. So when I want to create one,
Yeah.
you can click on that button and you click on more. Let's just a minute. Let's see here. Articles. Just a minute. If you wanted to create an article, oh, here it is right here. You go to the home page and you just click up here and you write your article. Now it looks a lot like the newsletters. The newsletters and the articles look pretty much similar, but they're different. You don't have nearly the number of characters in a newsletter as you do in an article.
Yeah, that's the problem I'm having. So what of the newsletter now? Because I've been using this place.
Uh-huh.
I was using here for the newsletter. How do I create a newsletter?
How do you create a newsletter?
Yes, where?
Oh, okay. You click your home button And if you have not created a newsletter yet, it will not show up here, right? But you can click on your home button and just check and see if they do show newsletters. But one of the criteria to be able to qualify for having a newsletter is it used to be you had to have 500 plus connections on LinkedIn in order to be able to ask or apply for a newsletter.
I have over 2,000.
So you've got 2,000, so you're great. You're good to go. So I'm going to go in here and go to posts and activity. And I'm going to click the more button here. I'm going to go to newsletter because it should show up on this drop down letter here. Okay, so this is the Thrivability Digest. That's the name of my newsletter. So it's like the Lethbridge Herald or the Edmonton Journal. Those are the name of the newspaper itself, right? Mine's called the Thrivability Digest. And so I click on the Thrivability Digest and create a new edition each time after you've done the first one. But look at this. I've got over 2,000, 2,300 subscribers. And
Wow,
every
that's
time I
great.
send out a newsletter, I get a few more subscribers. So this is another thing that you can do with that. Once you've got that newsletter, I'm really big on newsletters and I will harp on newsletters till doomsday because I find so much value. I've got this newsletter feeding leads into my system.io landing page. Plus, I'm using the system that we're being taught with system.io and Kajabi to get leads that way, right? So somewhere in the newsletter, I put a link to my landing page and I'll have a call to action to take them there to leave their email. I try to have an email going out every day, one email a day with system.io. But with this on LinkedIn, I only do one, maybe sometimes two newsletters a week. Because once you publish your newsletter, then what you do is you go into all your groups that you belong to and you take your newsletter. With ChatGPT, it asks you if you want to have a post created and you get ChatGPT to create a post. You put that post in one of the posts in your LinkedIn group here. So let's say we're going to put a post in the marketing enthusiasts here. We click on here. And so we just go into ChatGPT and copy the post that ChatGPT made for us, paste it in here. And ChatGPT will also have hashtags. I always ask it to add hashtags, 3 to 5 hashtags. And then when you're in the process of publishing your newsletter, the link after you've published, hit that last publish button. You'll see it as you walk through the process. You'll see that when you click that button and publish it, there's a link that you can copy and put that in here as well. Now, this is another thing about LinkedIn. LinkedIn does not like us to use other links. So I use a link shortener to put links in when I have to, or I use links that LinkedIn creates itself. So the link that you get for your newsletter is a link that LinkedIn has created itself. And so LinkedIn will not give you trouble for that link because they will suspend posts if they don't like the link that you've got on there. I hope that made sense.
Yeah, is this same for the both the newsletter and the article? They are the same thing in this case.
Are you asking, is this set for a newsletter?
Yes.
This is just a regular posting page.
Oh, okay.
So if you go into any group that you have and click this bar here or this,
Yeah.
then you just click on that and it opens up,
Okay.
right? And you
Mm.
can add the picture that you've got on your newsletter. You can add that in here. But if you copy the link from your LinkedIn newsletter, it will automatically show the picture that you have on that newsletter in your
Okay.
post. And then once you've posted it one time in a group, then you go through the group and look for things that other people have written and like and comment on 2 or 3 articles that other people have, not articles, posts that other people have put in the group. Because it's not all about you posting all the time your stuff, me. It's also about you showing respect and liking and commenting on other people's posts as well. You never want to get known for being somebody who posts and ghosts on any of your social media platforms. You always have to be ready to post and comment. Any other questions? We can go do this in more depth.
I got a good one for you, Christine.
Okay.
This will set up the stage for next week for you. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
So I went and took my carousel.
Yeah.
I posted into 5 Facebook group.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it's legal, illegal for Facebook, but apparently I ain't got banned for none of the groups. So, um, but it generated literally over 500 leads total from all the groups,
From all the groups?
all
Wow.
the groups. So total, okay. So,
That's a LinkedIn carousel you developed, you created for LinkedIn?
well, here's where the icing on the cake comes in. All right.
Okay.
You remember the uncle you're trying to learn?
Yeah.
Well, that uncle does something the chat doesn't do. So if you put like the link of a Facebook group in chat and ask chat to create a post for specifically for what the group is about, right?
Uh-huh.
Chat will tell you I can't access Facebook, so therefore I can't read it, correct?
Right.
Claude won't. Claude will actually access the group under your login, go in and
Ah,
audit the entire group so you know
wow.
exactly what the group is about, and we'll create a specific post for that group. And
That
that's
is
why I
awesome.
was able to get all these leads, is because he went and studied all 5 groups and he created 5 separate posts specific to each group.
Wow.
And he took him off Facebook to bring him over to LinkedIn.
Wow.
So, Kim, are you saying that you put the link into Claude? You
But
put
no,
the
you can
link that you
integrate
wanted?
Claude. If you're using Claude properly, you can
No.
integrate all your accounts.
My question is, what did you post into Claude? Was it the link to the group? Was it the link to the post? What did you put into Claude to ask him to do that?
Okay. So if you were paying attention, I said that I took the group link,
Group link.
put it into Claude, and asked Claude to create a post. So it
Yeah.
went and audited that entire group to create that post specifically for a topic that would relate to that group.
So it was a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group because there are no other groups on any of the other platforms.
So what Claude did is it acted on your behalf. It basically say, okay, I'm gonna be you. I'm gonna go into the group. I'm gonna look at what this group is about. I'm gonna see what topics are discussed the most, how I can relate, how can I maximize that entire group to stop the scroll. It comes back, it does this ding a ling a ling a ling a ling a ling a ling, comes back with a post. All you do is copy and paste that post and put the
Yeah.
link of the LinkedIn post, which was the carousel.
I'm going to
That's
try that this week.
brilliant.
Isn't that something? Yeah, I
That
think
is
that's
brilliant.
great.
You're gonna
Awesome.
need to learn to get to know that uncle, Christine, because that uncle does save a lot of time. And I can promise you this, he's not Uncle Sam either.
No, that's good. That's good.
He's Uncle Claude.
Mm. Oh, thank you, Kim. That was really good.
Kim, Kim,
We're
can I see can I have your LinkedIn link?
my LinkedIn link.
Yeah, Kim.
Oh, Kim's LinkedIn link.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, hold on. Let me go get it for you.
Put it in the chat.
Hold on.
I'm going to stop
But
my share.
I'm a one finger typer, so y'all have to bear with me, okay? LinkedIn, login. Oh, I'm on the backup computer. Hold on.
So I hope we enlightened you guys on a few things and didn't confuse you too much. It's taken me about 15 plus years to get to where I am with LinkedIn.
It took me 2 months to learn from the master. All right, here it comes. It's gonna come snail mail, okay?
There we go.
And Stephanie, if you want to talk more on the insurance side on how to properly approach your audience, I'd be more than glad to help you. We're actually doing a workshop. So yeah,
I would love that.
we're doing a workshop with I don't know if you know who Kim Tracy is.
I don't know who that is.
She's in Legacy.
Oh,
She's
is she?
the prime time a good friend of Michelle, but she's a bookkeeper and Michelle promotes her as a bookkeeper.
Okay.
So we're actually doing a workshop, which is going to be a combination of financial and bookkeeping on
Okay.
basically how to wisely earn your income, but how to keep it.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not how much you make, it's how much you keep. So that's
Yeah.
basically the whole topic of the workshop.
Okay. Is that in your group, your school
Yeah.
group?
Yeah,
I don't know if
we're
I'm
gonna
in
be
your school group. Do you have a link to your school? Well, I'll just look you up on school and then I'll
just
just
look on my profile. So anytime you
yeah.
need to know anyone, just look their profile. It's the most ethical way to do it. Is look at their
Mm-hmm.
profile, and on their profile, it'll tell you if they have a community or how
Mm-hmm.
many community they're part of, everything. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I will do that. I will get in your group and I appreciate both of you willing to help me with this because I'm like
She's my sister
racking
from
my
another
brain
mother.
over how to, do both.
Awesome. Well, we're way over time now. I'm going to have to
Yeah.
Yeah.
log out.
All right.
I look
Well,
forward to
it's
seeing you
nice to
next
meet
week.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thanks,
Yay.
Christine. Brilliant.
Thank you, Donna.
And Kim, you're always
You.
gold nuggets, mate. Gold nuggets.
Awesome. Yeah.
Give all
Yes.
the credit to Christine. I just know how to take notes and implement.